Were you nervous about endorsing Trump or no?
I usually try to stay out of it.
Yeah.
But I felt like I was getting urged to by Dana and there's quite a few people.
What's going on, you guys? Is Joe Rogan starting to see the light of day? Joe Rogan saying that maybe Trump did lie to him. Kyle Kulinski's covering this story. I'm giving some of my commentary. I'm playing a clip from the Kyle Kulinski show as well as a clip from the JRE Experience. Let's get into it.
All right, guys. So Joe Rogan has now done a couple podcasts after Trump won, and he's saying some things. He's saying some things here that I think the subtext is actually a little bit more profound than people are letting on. So let's start with this clip here. Look at his reaction to Trump winning. Listen to what he says, because this really, really gives away the game about how Trump sat across from him for 3 hours and lied to his face repeatedly, and Joe took it. All right, here we go.
Turns out voting works. It's real. As much as we fucking thought they had it rigged, as much as we thought there was shenanigans and bullshit and it's just a puppet show and there's no way anybody could buck the system, turns out voting is still real.
I like how he thinks that's funny, right? Isn't that funny? That somebody running for president of the United States who sat across from you for 3 hours lied to your face directly, relentlessly, and you didn't have shit to fucking say about it. Isn't that funny? It's funny, isn't it? Wow, voting's real. Turns out Trump is fucking full of shit, and in 2020 he actually lost, and in 2024 he won. Wow. One of the reasons this is so disappointing is because I was on Rogan's show in 2020 on Election Day, and I told him and Tim Dillon about this thing called the red mirage, what was likely to happen, which is it's going to look like Trump is winning early in the night, because you got the rural areas coming in first. You got the votes that come in from Election Day get counted first. Those are going to skew way more Republican because Trump has been shitting on mail-in votes and calling it fraudulent, right? And then later on, you get more of the cities come in and you get the mail-in votes counted. Those are going to skew way more Democratic, also because Democrats were taking COVID more seriously, so they wanted to vote by mail. They didn't want to go to a place with a lot of people when it was time to cast the votes. And exactly what I said would happen is what happened. And he told me after that fact that every time people have come to him with rigged election conspiracy theories where they think Trump actually won and it was stolen from him, he told me what I would tell them is Kyle Kulinski told me exactly how the election was going to go before it happened and explained it to me in clear terms. And so I never.
And for all you guys who are watching who are in America right now, or Joe Rogan fans just in general, let me know, do you think that Donald Trump can pull off a way of getting a third term? I know that right now you have Steve Bannon, who is saying that it's quite a possibility. You have a lot of people that are, they have these banners that say Trump 2028. And just to anyone who's watching this, do you guys think that Trump would be able to start a third term? He said it before. He actually said it recently, saying that he would love to go up against Obama. And if he would go up against Obama, who do you think would win? Just a question for you guys who are watching.
Never bought into any of the election rigging conspiracies. This is what he said. Then he interviews Trump, sits across from Trump, lets Trump babble relentlessly about how the election was stolen from him, doesn't push back, and then now after the fact admits, oh yeah, that guy's been fucking lying the entire fucking time, and it turns out voting is real. Yeah, you don't say. You don't say. But it's funny. It's a funny thing, right? Oh, it's so funny that the guy I endorsed because he came on my fucking podcast ended up winning despite the fact that he's a torturer and a war criminal and a corrupt goon who's a con artist and a fraud. So, all right, there's one clip. Now let me show you this one.
Did you, were you nervous about endorsing Trump or no?
I usually try to stay out of it.
Yeah.
But I felt like I was getting urged to by Dana and there's quite a few people.
So as we've pointed out, he's embedded himself in a right-wing cocoon where everybody jacks each other off and talks about how right they are and how stupid the Democrats are and how stupid the left is and how evil they are. And now his entire friend group is all right-wing. And he's admitting here, yeah, Dana White was pressuring me and many other people were pressuring me and they were saying, why don't you endorse Trump? And then he did.
It makes a difference. I kind of already stated what I thought about the way things were going.
Oh, it made a difference, Joe. Oh, it made a difference. Did you note that Donald Trump picked up with demographic groups he normally wouldn't have picked up with, and there are many young people in particular? who ended up voting for him?
That some radical change need to take place.
Yeah.
Radical change. Trump is a revolutionary conservative. He delivered in 2016 George W. Bush on steroids, and he's going to do the same fucking thing now. Yeah, it's radical change. It's radical change for the worse.
You know, when we're talking about before with the way the country feels, like the way the country felt when Biden was in office was shaky. Because regardless of what you thought about his policies.
That is such a giveaway. Regardless of what you think about his policies. Well, hold on. That's what politics is supposed to be about. Policies. What are they doing to improve people's lives? Regardless of the policies. No.
Another thing I just want to get you guys' opinion on is who do you think would be good for the Democratic Party in the next 4 years? Who do you believe would be a good candidate? And then as well as why do you think that Joe Biden was just wasn't liked among the masses? What do you think was going wrong with there? I personally believe that Joe Biden wasn't necessarily the most relatable as far as presidential candidates go. I prefer maybe someone a little bit younger. But yeah, I'm just always curious on what did you guys not like about Joe Biden? I sort of just got sold on the idea that he wasn't looking out for us in the best way that he could.
Why would you do that? Why would you say regardless of the policies? But wait, it's about to get better.
It was real clear something was wrong with him. And they were lying to us.
Oh, yeah.
So that alone makes the whole country feel uneasy.
So the reason why Kamala and Biden were so bad is they were lying to us. And that makes the whole country feel uneasy because they're liars. They're liars. And that's unacceptable. Let me play that first clip for you one more time.
Turns out voting works. It's real. As much as we fucking thought they had it rigged, as much as we thought there was shenanigans and bullshit and it's just a puppet show and there's no way anybody could buck the system, turns out voting is still real.
So when Trump lies to his face for 3 hours, it's ha 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 he he, turns out voting is real. But when Kamala and Biden lie and Democrats lie and the media lies like, oh, actually Joe Biden's okay, he's not too old, his brain is still functioning, that's unacceptable and that goes too far. This is the double standard. Hey, Joe, if you had done research and prep for your interview with Trump, you would have found out that there were 30,573, I believe is the exact number, of lies that Trump told during his first term. Even if you want to say the liberal media skewed those numbers and they counted things as lies that weren't lies. Okay, cut it in half. Cut it in more than half. 15,000.
So there we have it, you guys. We have Joe Rogan getting exposed, I guess, more or less for the hypocrisy. I would really prefer that we don't have anyone lie to us, whether it be the Democratic or the Republican Party. I don't know that that anyone necessarily wants to be lied to. I know that sometimes things happen that we can't control who said what, and at what point does it become just really stretching the truth to where it's no longer real. But yeah, I mean it's difficult to see that we're really struggling for a leader of the Democratic Party. It's something that we are needing at this point. The Democratic Party is the only thing that can save us from an authoritarian type of system. And we don't necessarily have a Democratic leader at this point. And we don't want to bring, or all the other Democratic leaders are being silenced by the Democratic Party. Bernie Sanders not being able to run in 2016. But yeah, I mean, just let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see y'all soon.